What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 4th and 15. I am Mel. Thank you guys for joining me. And obviously, today it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Daylight savings time has started again. So, thank y'all for joining us. Today's a little special episode. So, I'm going to introduce these guys as I normally do. I got with me today, I got Davion, Lebrian, and Anthony. Gentlemen, welcome.
What up?
Hello, hello.
Well, Anthony disappeared on us
Yeah,
again,
I'm
but he'll
about to
be back.
say we had him.
We had him. We did have him, folks. We did have him. But today we got a little debate show going today, and I wanted to bring you guys on because every one of you guys has a very different perspective that I absolutely love. And this is why we did this show. So, without any further ado, let's get going. All right, but first, before I go any further, I got to send a shout out to the Cleveland Crunch. They did the thing last night. They went to Chicago, handled business in Chicago, win 9-8, and they clinched the spot in finals weekend that is going to be happening in Vegas. So, congratulations to the Cleveland Crunch.
Shout out to them.
Obviously, the most winningest franchise here in Cleveland since 2021, not named the Cleveland Cavaliers. Also, I do not have the banner. I do not have the flyer, but just want to let you guys know we do have the matchup for the HBCU Classic in Canton, and that will be a face-off between Johnson C. Smith and the Albany State Golden Rams. I'm excited for that. We will be down there covering this as well. So September 6th, be prepared to see us down there. All right. I gotta get myself ready for this because I know this is gonna be wild. So, I wanted to start off with this one, and I saw this on YouTube. I'm not gonna tell y'all, well, shout out to Mac on YouTube, but I saw this on YouTube, and it bothered me. The vote, like the vote, was what killed me. So, all in their prime, who's getting cut? Dan Marino, Drew Brees, Warren Moon, or Ben Roethlisberger? Me personally, as much as I love my Steelers, I gotta go with Ben. Me personally, I don't know about you guys, but I gotta go with Ben.
I mean, I'm right there with you, honestly, and not
I'm
just because
gonna
I'm a hater.
I'm gonna say this. This is less about how much they won and more about their ability as a player.
I can see that.
So if we're taking out and we're talking about, oh yeah, this is them just being good, this is their prime. I honestly would agree with Ben Roethlisberger. Also, but I also want to say because there's a bit of information that I'm missing out on in my head. How many did Warren Moon win any Super Bowls or championships or anything along those lines?
That was a little before our time.
Yeah, that's one reason why I would say this. If we're looking at this list, Dan Marino is always spoken of highly, and it's something that we've grown up literally just hearing how great he is, how consistent he is. One of the only teams, wasn't he part of the only team that was undefeated for a while? So we're looking at that, and then Drew Brees was again part of that big three of Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Drew Brees. So that's like all we knew mainly when it comes to it. Warren Moon is a bit more out there when it comes to respective understanding of the game and where he sits in history. Because I don't think he won, and
He
I
did.
think usually, and that's the problem.
Well. To be fair, he won in Canada. Like everybody has to remember, he won 5 Grey Cup, 5 straight. That is unheard of. He won
5
5
straight
straight.
anything is ridiculous.
Yeah,
no
he
matter
won
where
five
you at.
5 straight Grey Cups in Canada in the Canadian League, and he was torching them before he got to the NFL.
So the big thing is a lack of understanding and knowledge towards Warren Moon, which would lead for him to be the outlier and then most people's debates. But if you're being completely honest and we're taking out the idea of championships, we're going to go through and say Ben Roethlisberger. Dan Marino may not have. Actually, has he won something? Because I may feel like I might have forgotten
No,
something.
Dan
So,
in his
so Dan,
career, Dan only made one Super Bowl. He got smoked by the 49ers.
And Dan Marino is always will be talked about as being an all-time great. Every single time there is ever a conversation when it comes down to him, his numbers are at the top of the list. So it's not hard to take him out, even though he hasn't won. And when we're talking about Warren Moon, as explosive and as great as he was, he doesn't have the reputation currently to be able to hold that up. Those who know ball may say that we're going to keep Warren Moon, but I would say this is based off of the eye test. From the knowledge that I have, I would honestly just have to say Ben Roethlisberger, too.
And
So
the reason, not to cut you off, Brian, but because I'm agreeing with everything that you're saying. Like, everybody passes the eye test, but when you look at game-changing impact, Ben wasn't it. I'm sorry. Much as I love the Steelers, Ben wasn't it.
Every one of the other ones that are on this list, I believe, have won an MVP other than Ben. Am I right?
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah.
But we can look that up during this debate.
Yeah, because I believe Warren Moon won an MVP.
So the reason... No, you can go ahead.
No.
The reason Marino stays for me is because throwing for 5,000 yards in the 80s is just kind of like, wow. Like, you don't really... The NFL is a passing league now, and we haven't had a 5,000-yard passer in like 5 years with extra games. So off that alone, staying on my list.
Yeah.
And to confirm that, Ben did not win an MVP ever.
And I think this is literally the MVP conversation. This is a conversation about individual performance when we're talking about these players in their prime. Because if we're going into situational football, it's always situational. There is no way that you can have a quarterback go in and there won't be either a change or something. Brady is a reason why Brady had his receivers the way he was, Wes Welker, all of them, how he had his stuff set up. It played to his strengths for the most part whenever he was going into these games. So I can't just insert any one of these players on a team and expect them to be the greatest. There might even be a point where Ben Roethlisberger, out of any one of these, is probably the most physically gifted out of the quarterbacks here when it comes to his ability to just be giant. That's one thing that I could say when it comes to Ben Roethlisberger. It was hard. It was incredibly hard to bring him down. But outside of that, that's the only thing that I feel like he has an up on anyone on this list. And I can't really put him above like Warren Moon, even though he may not have the Super Bowls, because that defense for the you had Troy Polamalu, man.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like Pittsburgh at least back then, and even a little bit now, was always like a tough defensive team. And young Ben was just out there like, hey man, I'm just here trying not to mess up. You feel me? And he did make some plays to give him his credit, but at the same time, it was that defense led those teams.
Realistically, the defense for the Steelers staple since the 70s has been defense. Like, you cannot mention the Steelers without mentioning guys like Jack Lambert, Mel Blount, Kevin Green, Greg Lloyd, Carnell Lake, Rod Woodson, Troy Polamalu. You just cannot mention the Steelers without mentioning them. Could you mention offensive guys with the Steelers? Absolutely. But realistically, the defense is what carried the Steelers all the way up until Mike Tomlin's departure. So, and I want people to understand this. Like, for the younger generation, yes, Patrick Mahomes is that guy. Brady was that guy. Even now, and I'm not saying this to be, well, I kind of am saying this to be funny, only because he has a Super Bowl. But Sam Darnold is that guy. However, I'm saying that for the purpose of this. However, We don't get those guys without 3 out of the 4 on this list, especially 2 out of the 4 on this list. We don't get them without Warren Moon, and we damn sure don't get them without Dan Marino. Like, y'all,
that's fair.
You got to understand. Sam Darnold, because to me, Ben was the Sam Darnold of that generation. Here's why. Okay. When you put Ben on who was Ben replacing? Because you're younger than the other two here on this panel. So when Ben got in the league, he was replacing a mid-tier quarterback, and that was Tommy Maddox. So when you replace Maddox, and all you really have to do is what LeBron said was just find out. You and LeBron said is just get in there, don't mess up. The defense is already set, and all they were missing was somebody to actually want to help put points on the board.
Okay, I think we got to give Ben more credit than that, though.
I give him more credit. I give him credit, and I'm gonna give him all the credit he deserves. But when you look at the other 3 quarterbacks, Ben,
I guess what you're saying is they were more difference makers than he was.
Yes, Ben had defense. Ben had Troy. Ben had James Harrison. Ben had Ryan Clark. When you look at Warren Moon's defense, who did he have in Houston? Let's start in Houston. Who did he have in Houston that you can name off the top of your head?
I don't even know what year that was, so I can't even tell you.
Okay,
that's a problem. But
and then when you go to Dan Marino, who did he have on defense that could help him?
I'm going to say these were legendary offenses. When we're looking at Warren Moon, Drew Brees, and Dan Marino, those offenses were legendary. That is the thing. The defenses weren't as well known or spoken of as highly. So I will say again, we're looking at this list and we're trying to put together who is better. It comes down to just that they made their offenses an entirely different monster with them on the field. And Ben Roethlisberger, he didn't. That's true. He didn't.
He just didn't. And you also got to remember too, Warren Moon's defense in Houston failed him because he should have been in the Super Bowl. If anybody who knows football or watches football faithfully, if you know the Houston Oilers, and I believe it was either the 92 or 93 playoffs, had the most epic second half collapse in NFL history. At halftime, you were up 31-3. You were up 31-3. And he came back. Thank you for joining us, Anthony. But again, you had the most epic second half collapse in NFL history. You were up 31-3. And you blew it. All y'all had to do was sack the quarterback, make the tackles, make sure you knew where Andre Reed was, and you blew it. And you end up losing that game 41-38 in overtime. So please.
Now that we got Anthony here, I want to know who he would take off.
So Anthony, you missed out on a little bit, but the debate for this first part of the show is all 4 in their prime. Who's getting cut?
Brees.
Really?
Why?
I'm sorry, I'm not taking. Listen. I'm a Browns fan. Okay? I'm a Browns fan. I got to see Ben Roethlisberger in his prime, and he beat the crap out of my team. Okay. I've also noticed he has 2 Super Bowls, and one technically, did he get it as? It wasn't a rookie, was it?
It was his second or third year.
Yeah.
Because I remember he was going against, I forget the team he was going against, but he had to make basically a game-saving tackle so his defense will have a chance. I remember that. But he had a heck of a run because Jerome Bettis got to end his career in Detroit, where he's from.
So I actually looked up, and Roethlisberger's first Super Bowl win, he was 9 of 21 for 123 yards and 2 interceptions. So
But
they
in the
had the number
playoffs,
one defense in the league that year.
And who kept the Steelers into that game?
The defense.
There you go.
But he still made the tackle. Okay, they gave him a chance.
We talk about prime.
We
talk about
in their
so
prime.
hold on. So we talk about prime. It's gonna be Ben Roethlisberger.
No,
you talking about a quarterback?
Yes,
making a tackle.
I've seen. Listen, if we're talking in their prime, I've seen what Ben Roethlisberger can do in his prime. He's good. He's like that. Drew Brees had to switch from the hold up. Drew Brees didn't hit his prime until he went with the Saints.
How do you know that? Like, if he doesn't get hurt,
because he was with the Chargers.
But if we have,
Chargers,
but if he don't get hurt with the Chargers,
we can't say if it happened.
We're talking about primes, though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It don't matter.
Right, so he never hit his. So he never hit his prime with the Chargers. It happened. So it don't matter with the Saints.
So that is irrelevant to the conversation.
So what I'm saying is the guy that I've seen personally that I got a chance to watch on Sundays was Ben Roethlisberger, and in his prime, I'm going to say I would keep him personally.
I find that insane because you got to see Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger play in their prime.
I didn't. Drew Brees, you got to. Warren Moon, I've seen the stats. I've seen both of their stats. Both of their stats are valid.
But did you?
So,
well, Warren Moon
at stats.
Brees
out. Oh my goodness,
taking Brees out is kind of crazy.
I got to do that. I got to do this again.
It's not.
I can't agree with that.
I'm not even a Steelers fan. I'm saying I would say Ben Roethlisberger.
You leaving him on there just because he beat the Browns a lot. That's pretty much what you're saying.
That's basically what he's saying.
I'm saying for his 2 Super Bowls and what he was able to do from what I saw, I'm gonna go with him.
All I gotta say is everybody beat the Browns a lot. I just everybody.
But then also, I think
even Joseph Flacco.
I definitely cannot agree with this.
Listen, I think that one is going to be on personal preference when it comes to those two. It's a toss-up.
This is the first time I ever heard Anthony have a incredibly hot take. This crazy. I've never. I'm sorry.
In the words of Michael Blackson, I cannot get jiggy with this.
No way, shape, or form.
At all.
I mean, I'll let you have it if that's really what you want. I mean, fine, but.
He believed that in his heart of hearts.
He has to. I cannot. I can't, for the sake of good conscience, I can't agree with that. Like, you got to understand what Drew was facing, like, in his prime. Drew was one of the shortest quarterbacks in the league. Let's start there. He was one of the shortest quarterbacks in the league. And for
Ben Roethlisberger had to go against Tom Brady every single year to go.
And what does that even mean?
He had harder competition over in the AFC. Come on, let's be honest.
What does that even mean?
So what I'm saying is, if you had to start a team right now, who are you taking in a prime?
I'm taking Warren Moon.
Out of these 4?
Yeah, if you start a team and you get them from the age, you got the first overall pick, and I'm going to give you each one is 22 years old.
I'm taking either Warren Moon or Dan Marino, and we also have to remember.
I'll probably take Marino.
We have to remember Warren Moon didn't get drafted in the NFL until he was 27. So realistically,
I hate that take was.
So you taking Roethlisberger?
Oh no, I'm taking Dan Marino if I get one. If I only get one.
So why you taking?
All right.
I just wanted to ask the question.
We gonna cut.
Change the question.
If something just happened,
we're gonna cut to a commercial, but when we come back, we got part 2 of this debate, and we'll settle and head to another episode of, or not episode, but another topic on our debate show. So stick with us. We'll be right back. You're watching 4th and 15 here on 216 Sports Network.
Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs at any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory.
If your tees never feel quite right, listen. This one from TGBG brand is super soft, light, and has that perfect street fit. Unisex, premium cotton blend, your new go-to. Grab one now.
All right, we are back. And again, I'm trying my best to see where Anthony's coming from on this. I just
don't. Some stuff you just never gonna understand, and that's fine. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's fine. You just let them have it. Because
it's giving me this vibe. It's giving me this vibe. Like
you've been having a little too much of that hen dog. That's why you tripping like that.
No, this is a come on skip. This is the come on skip moment.
We lost him again. I guess he got tired of hearing about it. Breeze threw for 5,000 yards 5 times.
Five. Nobody's done that. He's one of 3 players to ever do it more than one time. Marino couldn't even
5,400 yards, 46 touchdowns, and a 71% completion percentage.
Now keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Marino only did it once. Everything else has been 3,000 and 4,000 yards, but Marino did it once. Drew Brees did it, and you gotta give him a lot of times.
I give Marino a lot of credit for doing it in the 80s because it wasn't like it. In a way, it makes sense for Brees to have as much yardage as he has for the simple fact that the NFL became a passing league. But to throw for 5,084 is just ridiculous, honestly.
And think about the defenses he was going up against. Think about the defenses. He was going 85 Bears. Lawrence Taylor on occasion. Ronnie Lott. You saw Ronnie Lott in the Super Bowl.
And back then, you could full-on suplex somebody and just get away.
Right. No fine. No fine. No jail time. No nothing.
Retired with 80,000 passing yards.
Boy, that's unbelievable.
Man,
80,000. You only see stats like that in the arena. You only see stats like that in the Arena League. Just being honest.
And in May, when you playing your career in May, that's really it. Yeah.
All right. So we move on from all in their prime, who gets cut. And we move to, I couldn't make a banner for this in time, but we move to the Hall of Fame discussion. As we know, we do have the class of 2026, I believe, already ready. Yeah, we have the ballot. I'm trying to pull it up.
I'm protesting. I ain't watching it.
Why?
Why are you protesting it?
Is it because you ain't get in?
Well, I thought we both was going in for our legendaries. But how the heck does Bill Belichick not get elected as a first ballot Hall of Famer? That's weird.
So I understand like the whole voting process of the Hall of Fame, but I feel like certain people, do we really gotta vote? Like, you feel me? Like when it's time for Tom Brady going to Hall of Fame, do we really gotta even vote on that?
So here I just
Like,
pulled it up. Here's the list for 2026. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig. That's the player class. You're right. Belichick didn't get in on his first ballot. However, I do know.
Hello, like a breakfast crunch wrap combo.
I do know.
I would too.
I know, right? You out here eating and don't even invite us, man. But we do know about Belichick's stigma with the media.
I get that, but doesn't he
but
technically?
you have to understand, because I've had this conversation personally with somebody close to the Hall of Fame. You have to understand, when you send these ballots to the voters, that plays a part. And we know Bill like to piss off the media. Smug answer, smug attitude, mind your business is pretty much where he's going with that. So I kind of understand why Bill didn't get in, but I also understand like Bill's still active.
is he?
They only
he's down in North Carolina,
but they only count it as the NFL. They don't count it in college. So he's away from the NFL for a long period of time.
I mean, what difference does it make? What difference does it? He's still active.
But if it mattered, then he wouldn't have been able to be voted in.
But I just feel like
he's obviously not in. He pissed off so many voters in the media. He's not in.
But I'll say this: that to me that their right to vote needs to be taken away. If you have any kind of bias and you don't look at the man that has the most Super Bowls for a head coach in NFL history and say that he doesn't deserve to get in, then you need to lose your right to vote, because now you're being biased.
You're also
facts.
You're also forgetting that a couple of those were met with scandal, which is probably why that played a part in why they didn't vote him in. I mean,
man, this is the NFL. We know for a fact everything is full of scandals right now.
Yeah, right now. 20 years ago, this wasn't
cheating. You ain't trying.
If you ain't
obviously, cheating, hey, big dog, them steroids. They need to be brought back.
If you're getting caught cheating on more than one occasion, it's got to be something to it.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Like,
okay,
you feel
look,
me?
That only worked for Eddie Guerrero. Okay, shout out to
Eddie Guerrero. Belichick. It worked for Bill Belichick too. He got 6 of them things.
Again,
all right. I say this to say, if you guys had a shot to vote for all of the Hall of Fames, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, 4 major sports in America, what would your criteria, or what do you think the criteria should be in order for someone to get in the Hall of Fame?
That's actually a good question. But I feel like, again, criteria aside, certain people you just gotta be like, they in. Like, there shouldn't even be a vote on it. Like, I get the whole cheating thing, I get the whole how he treated the media thing, but ultimately, if you look at what he did on paper, there's no reason for him to not be in first ballot.
And I agree with that. But the voters that we are not part of, the voting board that we're not part of, don't see it that way. So this is why I'm presenting the question to you.
But I think they also mentioned that I don't know if I read it in some report, they're gonna take away people's right to vote. Some people's right to vote, and they're gonna give it to some new people because they see the bias in him not getting in.
They should have to explain why.
But again, this is why I'm asking, what do you think the criteria should be? Or what would you, as a voter, make the criteria to be voted into the Hall of Fame? This is why I'm presenting that question.
Uh, lost me again. To me, I would say, what did you accomplish? First off, how long were you doing whatever it is, coaching, playing, whatever? What did you accomplish? Because not everybody wins a Super Bowl. That's impressive. But
You're
just because
absolutely
you win a
right.
Super Bowl don't necessarily mean you should get in the Hall of
You
Fame
had
either.
a hand. I mean, you had a hand in winning it, yes, but
Yeah.
it wasn't all because of you. So what did you do? So yeah.
Yeah. But if we talking about like we get into the point where you have multiple, like you're a starter, even if let's say you're a left tackle, starter, you won 3 Super Bowls. You played a big hand in all 3 of those. So
I mean,
you should get in.
obviously.
Yeah. But as a coach, if you've coached multiple teams to Super Bowls, and even if you didn't win, getting there is hard enough. So that's what I would look at. And then obviously you got like individual stats for like quarterbacks and stuff like that. But who did you beat? How many times did you get there? It's probably like the main 2 things I look at.
Anthony, what about
This
you?
man has 302 wins and 165 losses in his career.
But the
Second most wins all time.
He doesn't miss.
he don't miss, but the conversation is not about Belichick. It's about what your criteria would be to vote somebody in the Hall of Fame. What does somebody have to do to impress you enough to say, all right,
so if you talk about all 4 major sports, it's hard because winning percentage can go with what? You're probably thinking of a coach.
Y'all can hear Anthony because I can't.
I can hear him.
You can.
Yeah.
Don't you start that getting old stuff, man. But no,
Oh,
Anthony, I'm
no, literally, there's no audio for him for me.
Because I think it's going to be different between the player and the coach. Am I correct? When you talking,
yeah, it is,
what
but
has
you're
to
actually
be.
looking for.
But it has to be. But what is the criteria going to be overall for you to say, all right, he in?
So if it's a player, I'm going to look. Okay, if it's a coach, I'm looking at wins and losses and how you did in the postseason. What's your record then? And I'm looking at championships. That's my criteria. Where do you rank in that statistical categories? If it's
Fair
a
enough.
player, I want to see where you ranked at your position. Were you ever top 3 at your position at any time when you played? What did your stats look like? Did you put up top 5 stats? Like that's the stuff I'm looking at for a certain player. And if you manage to, if I can cross up that across the board, you're a Hall of Famer. I can't argue with it anymore.
Okay,
But
that's fair.
My thing is also sometimes the Hall of Fame is really just kind of a popularity contest. Because
It is.
I don't know, Anthony, if you remember about a year ago, I said that Melo probably wouldn't be a first ballot in an NBA Hall of Famer. And a couple people thought I was crazy for saying that. And I'm like, why would he be? Like, it had a great career, but you're not top 10 in scoring. You've never been to a finals. You made conference finals, I think, once.
He did.
Like,
he
no
did
MVPs.
lead the league in scorer once, I believe. Or was it twice?
Okay. I mean, again, that's great. But first ballot?
I was second ballot.
I would give him second. I would definitely give him the second ballot.
But I would say he's the first ballot Hall of Famer when it comes to college. So what he did in this 1 year of college, that was amazing. I'm not even gonna lie.
That was
And
1
I guess
year.
it's different. But I guess it's
that was
different
1
because,
year the championship came out of it.
Yes, but 1 year?
That's all he needed.
Hey,
I
you saw the
everything I
stats he
came
put
here
up
to
in
do.
that 1
What
year.
else I need to do here?
Like, I got a championship as a freshman. I led my team to a championship as a freshman.
Yeah, it is
What else do I have
basketball
to
Hall
do?
of Fame.
I've done
It is
everything.
basketball Hall of Fame.
It is.
And he already beat LeBron in the high school championship, so he got one over on him already for high school. So you talk
Now
about a
you
player that's
really
already one of the hype. Hold up, what I'm saying is I'm not reaching. He really did beat LeBron in high school for the championship.
I know, but come on, man.
But
you
what
ain't got to rub it in like that.
but Don, but what I'm saying is, if you've already won your high school championship, you won your college. I'm going to the next level. I ain't gotta be here no more.
Yeah, I'm with you. What else I'm here
And
for?
I come with rings.
and to be fair, that was at a time where they took away the coming out of high school rule. So, you know,
Oh yeah, they reinstated it with LeBron. Yeah.
so that is fair. That is a fair assessment. Brian, what say you? What would your criteria be for you to vote somebody into a Hall of Fame, sports wise?
Yep, that's exactly what I was.
I'm sorry, because
No, I
I'm
think you
driving.
need on that
So
first rep right now.
it completely depends on the Hall of Fame in
getting
which we are
disposed
putting
of
them
right
in.
now. Go
Can you
ahead,
hear me?
big dog.
Go ahead,
Can you
say
hear
it
me?
again.
Can they hear me? It sounds like they can't.
Yeah, I hear you.
I can hear you.
All right.
Go ahead, Carvel.
All right. So I don't know what the reference was right there, and I don't know if I should be offended, but I'm also
Nah.
But yeah, it depends on what Hall of Fame we're talking about. I know the whole Bill Belichick thing has gotten a lot of people
It's
up in
just for
arms.
it's really for all
And
four major
it's
sports.
understandable that you shouldn't be having to do anything besides just play the game of football, and it should be judged on that criteria. But I feel like there has been precedent for it being done in a way that it always hasn't been that way. Like if we're looking at like Terrell Owens and how long it took him to get into the Hall of Fame and how great of a player he was and where he ranked, they didn't never you do it purely off of football for him. So why is it that when again we're talking about Bill Belichick and honestly they both should have been first ballot Hall of Famers to be completely honest if we're just looking sheerly at numbers. I think but I digress. At the end of the day, I think it is totally dependent on what Hall of Fame we're talking about. Basketball is a lot of people are so mistaken about it just being only relevant to the NBA, and it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. It is a totality of everything that you have done in your entire basketball career. So there's nothing stopping you from being some people like, oh yeah, why is this guy in the Hall of Fame? They say it's easy, but honestly, it's not easy because the things that they have accomplished is insane when you're looking at how they played in high school and the consistency that they had throughout their entire career. But I think when you're looking at Hall of Fame, I think you're looking at championships, or you got to be in like top 10 numbers for like your particular either position or whatever you're doing during the time that you were playing for me to just go off to say that, oh yeah, you should be in the Hall of Fame. So you have to win, or you have to be extremely consistent throughout your entire career, where it is like a Joe Thomas when you were looking at the idea of how great that person is or how great he is as a player. I think it's just a matter of consistency or relevancy and the ability to win. Because I think when we're looking at Carmelo, as much as he may have not been the top in almost every single thing that you could think of, he is one of the most relevant players when it comes to influence in the cultural idea of the game of basketball.
That's fair.
It's like AI. I feel like there is so many people who like basically put their game after how Melo played, and I'm gonna be one of them. When I used to play, I used to want to play like him. That's the guy that when I looked at me just playing basketball, I modeled it after him. So
Didn't
I say there
they
has to
make
be
a whole
also a
rule change
cultural
for Allen
impact that is
Iverson
a
too?
part of it, and that's one
Yes,
of the
they
reasons
did.
why I'm kind of still upset that T.O. took so long to get into the Hall of Fame when he put out and he basically the celebrations, all that stuff. He was the mainstay on those things, and I feel like we should. Yeah, I would say that would be my criteria. There's consistency, relevancy, and championships.
All right.
Hey Mel, I would low key feel like Denzel if I was Bill Belichick. Because how you gonna let my
Hello,
kicker in the Hall of Fame, but I can't get in the
can
Hall
y'all
of
hear me?
Fame?
Yeah, we hear you.
Like
And we
I
hear you,
may
Brian.
have
Because
been
I
the
thought y'all didn't hear me.
No, we heard you.
Solid.
And
No,
I
we
and I
hear you.
I heard you know what, Anthony? I'm gonna give you that.
But yeah, I'm done.
I'm gonna definitely give you that one because I would feel
Oh, I
offended
can't
too.
hear Mel. That's why.
Is it because I'm black?
I'll refresh again.
We all black. We all black up in here.
That's not the point though. Anyway, I'm gonna say this.
Because I mean,
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna cut. We're gonna cut to commercial, but I do agree with what you're saying in the sentiment that how you put my kicker in, but don't put me in. I made him.
And then,
in the words of Denzel, this is how you do me. Y'all gonna do this to me? I had this whole block on fire by the night. So yeah, Anthony, I'm gonna give you that one. So here's what I'm gonna say. This is my criteria on the Hall of Fame. This is universal. So across the board, everybody's Hall of Fame. One, we're gonna look at statistics. We have to, because obviously you've got to do something, and you've did something to even get to this level. So stats are important. They are a factor. My second is gonna be, what was your impact on the game? And here's why I'm saying that. I'm gonna throw out a list of names and tell me if I'm lying. When you look at Dan Marino, Warren Moon in football, you ain't never seen no guys light it up like they have. Not since before then, you hadn't seen it. When you look at basketball, Jordan, Kareem, Magic, Melo, LeBron, they all brought something different. And it was, matter of fact, AI. They changed the whole, you couldn't even cross over no more for AI. And they don't bring that back after he retired.
But then they also changed the clothing when you had to wear a certain outfit because of AI too.
Yeah, they did a lot
because wear baggy.
I feel like that had more so to do with that Malice at the Palace. After that, they was kind of like, yo,
and then
going on right now.
And when we go to baseball, Ricky Henderson. Just think about that. This man was the ultimate thief, and I don't mean that in a bad way. He stole so many bases. The next closest person got to get 1,000 more to even come close to touching his record. Not even come close to touching it. Come close to looking at it through the glass.
That's a cheat code right there too. Because if you on first, we might as well put you on second.
No, if you on first, bro, I see you on third. That's how good Ricky Henderson was. And then in hockey, right off the top of my head, Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr, Dominic Hasek, the Dominator. Dominic Hasek was so good, they couldn't wait for him to retire. You wasn't getting no puck past him. Good luck, especially in the shoot. Good luck in a shootout. Yeah, bro, you on your own. So that would be my criteria. It's really just those two: statistics and what was your impact. Because I can tell you, when you have an impact, to me, I'll say that to me, it means more because you've done something to make the whole entire league say, "All right, we cannot let him keep doing this."
Man, I got two questions for you, right? Two different sports, all involving. Do you think anybody will ever reach Tom Brady's Super Bowl record?
It's possible. In today's game, it's possible.
I don't know.
Why you wait? Why you not know, Davion? What do you?
Mahomes is already at 3, correct?
Yeah.
Mahomes is already at 3, and he's not even 10 years in yet. So anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Yeah. I don't know. So my thing is, sometimes you just like bottle lightning, and that Belichick Brady combination, like you got the perfect coach and the perfect quarterback together, and it might be the same thing with the Chiefs and Mahomes, but look at the season they just had. Like the numbers Mahomes was putting up early in his career, and the fact that they were winning that much, a lot of it was before he got paid. He got paid now, and it's kind of like it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to build a team around a quarterback that makes that much.
Let's also keep in mind a lot of that was with another specific person, Eric Bieniemy.
That too.
since he has been without Eric Bieniemy, the road has been a lot harder because the offense is pretty much predictable in NFL terms.
Because in 2 years,
Didn't
that
they
offense
just
gonna be
hire him
completely
back?
different.
They just
Yeah.
hired him back.
But too little, too late, bro. You should have been at 4-5 right now.
Them weapons, like
Them weapons gone.
Tyreek
Tyreek
Hill
gone.
gone. Kelsey about
Hold
to
up.
retire. They don't really have a
Time
good
out.
running game.
Tyreek might be back though.
Is he gonna be the same person though?
That's
Mid
a good
thirties.
question.
Did you see that injury?
Why you gotta say that? Why you gotta say
Man,
that?
mid 30s coming off of something like that, you might not even get the same person.
It's
You got
also
Rasheed
the
Rice.
truth, man. It's also
Like-
the truth. Anthony,
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's gonna be hard.
all
'Cause
right.
this game is based off speed, which makes it hard. Like your speed, and you under what 5'10"? Your speed is what makes you. So
It's
if
gonna
you
be
don't have your
hard.
right in speed, like
All right. We're going to cut to another commercial, but when we come back, we're going to finish that, and then we're going to jump into the last part of our debate. So stick with us. You're watching 4th and 15 here on the 216 Sports Network.
Are you ready for a snack or a treat that satisfies that sweet tooth? Well, Clarissa's Confections has what you need. All her treats are custom made and centered around your taste buds' desires. Place your orders now by emailing her at sweetsbycarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory. Are you a team looking for a new look on the sideline this season? A company looking for a more casual look? Or just trying to introduce something new to your closet space? TGBG is the brand for you. Jackets, polos, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG has the clothing you need to serve a purpose for every occasion. To place your orders, contact them on Facebook and Instagram. Check out their website at www.tgbgbrand.com. Email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or call them at 440-470-4234. TGBG is also the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory.
All right. We're back. Now, this last little bit, I threw a monkey wrench at y'all. So you remember in the group chat, I said, we're gonna do and Anthony, don't think I ain't see you vibing to the commercial music.
oh, you heard that?
No, I saw that.
He's about to start freestyling.
I was though.
Yeah.
So I threw a monkey wrench at y'all, and I'm gonna apologize ahead of time because it's kind of unfair to Davion, but I did say we were gonna do the top 10 dual threat QBs. However, I did not give which era. So with that being said, we're gonna do the top 10 college dual threat QBs of the 90s.
Dang.
And we're gonna start with honorable mention. And honorable mention is Sean Moore. So for those of y'all, now keep in mind, I gotta also put a disclaimer out. This is not my list, okay? This is not my list. I saw this list on College Football Home, and I decided to throw it up here. So this is their list. Shout out to them, but don't shoot the messenger. So honorable mention, we got Sean Moore. Sean Moore played at Virginia. He also played with mainstay receiver was Herman Moore from the Detroit Lions. And I didn't really get a lot to see. I didn't really get a chance to see a lot of him. So I can't really say yay or nay on that one. But When we go to number 10, it's Cordell Stewart. I think personally, this is a little low for him, but considering who else is on this list, it's kind of like, okay, I see where you're going with this. So I know a lot of you guys did see Cordell Stewart in the pros, but what did you, just off of what you know, agree or disagree at number 10?
Truthfully,
Okay.
I was born in 92, right? Throughout my 90s, was I watching football? Probably.
Absolutely
I don't know.
not.
You know, I was outside. You feel me?
I was born in the 90s, so yeah.
Oh man, I forgot you up there.
You ain't too far behind.
Hey, if you a day older than me, I'm calling you old. It don't even matter.
Oh, this guy is ridiculous.
But from what I know about
the disrespect,
what I hear about Cordell Stewart, he put Colorado on the map. I will say that.
And that Hail Mary against Michigan. And think about the team that he had around him. He had Michael Westbrook, Rashad Salam, Ray Caruth before he went Ray Caruth.
Crazy.
Hey, Ray come after you. I can't help you.
You know what?
You know he out now. You know he out now.
Hey, I ain't gonna say what I want to say right now. It's cool.
Please don't, because I don't need no. I'm coming to get you. But yeah. So, and for those watching, Cordell Stewart, known as Slash in the NFL, could play receiver, could play running back, could play punter. He even kicked a couple field goals, so he could do it all. But in college, he was that dude. He could run, he could throw, he won. Like before Coach Prime got to Colorado, it was Cordell Stewart. And I do think it's kind of unfair, and this is just me being realistic. You put more notice on Shedeur than you did Cordell. I thought that was kind of unfair, to be honest. Because
the coach's son, man.
Without Cordell, you don't get, not being funny, but without Cordell Stewart, you're still a middle at that point in college football. You're still a middle of the pack team in the Big 8/Big 12.
I mean, it's the coach's son. Think about it, he got his jersey retired.
That's what I'm saying.
For what?
That's what I'm saying. And Cordell Stewart's jersey should have been retired. Should have been retired. Not now, should have been retired. Moving on. Number 9, my favorite quarterback in the Arena League, Joe Hamilton. So, yeah, Georgia Tech. So before we had Megatron, we had Joey Hamilton. Now, Joe was the ultimate dual threat in an option-based offense. At that time, you couldn't get a lot of run game support without having Joe Hamilton. Joe Hamilton had a cup of tea in the NFL, but he really made his mark in the AFL, playing with the Orlando Predators for a few years and throwing dots after dots in the AFL. I think this is a fair spot for Joe because, me personally, I think this is a fair spot for him because he was playing in a time of the ACC where it was literally just Florida State. And if you are a college football fan at that time, you got to understand what Florida State meant to the ACC and college football at that time. You had Peter Ward, work done to a degree. That defense for Florida State was just ugly. They hurt people. I keep forgetting, Davion, you are young, so I don't even know if you remember Joe Hamilton.
I don't. I'm like, this is all new to me.
Man, this is crazy. and you ain't that far behind, man. You ain't that far behind me, so there's no way you can not know this.
I'm only 2 years older than you.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together, man.
I'm trying, man.
All right.
It'd be a lot.
I was outside. Hey, we was outside.
I was too, but come on, man. On a Saturday when it's cold and your friends ain't coming
Hey,
out, you gotta watch some college football.
hey, listen. I was the best dual threat quarterback in the neighborhood. That's all we need to know.
Uh,
Man,
I got nothing on that, so I'm gonna just let you have it. I'm gonna just let you have it.
You know you
Uh,
gonna say you was the best athlete in your neighborhood. Don't lie.
I honestly can't say I was the best athlete in my neighborhood, but I can say I was the best wide receiver in my neighborhood.
Okay. You was shaking bacon. You was getting with some stuff.
Hey man, I was that dude on the receiver spot, but the best athlete? No, I cannot say I was the best
Mike,
athlete in my neighborhood.
come out of retirement.
Oh
Hell no.
snap! The Browns need you, dog.
Yeah, nope. No, ain't enough money. Ain't enough money. Ain't enough money to put my life back on the line. No, I'm good. At number 8, we got T. Martin. Now, this is one of the forgotten guys in the 90s because he did something Peyton Manning had been trying to do for 4 years in the SEC. Can anybody guess what he did?
I'm a
Without looking
guess.
it up.
I
You said,
mean, because then it wouldn't be a guess.
wait, what did he say?
Won
He
a
said without looking it
championship.
up.
He did. He
You
actually
won a
won
championship.
He won a national championship the year after Peyton Manning left, and Peyton had been trying to do that for 3 years. He won the SEC. He went on to win the national championship. He spent some time in the NFL just like everybody else. He is now, I believe, looking for a new job, but he was quarterbacks coach with Baltimore at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
And sometimes
But
we got to show them how to do it.
but T Martin was that guy, and I can't leave him off of any list for quarterbacks, given the fact that literally what we all know at the time was supposed to be the greatest quarterback statistically, couldn't win it in college. This guy who does it, and y'all forget about him. Essentially, I don't think that's fair.
Peyton had to be sick for a minute.
But
At that
shout
point, he
out.
was in the NFL just throwing up interceptions like crazy.
The crazy
He was
part
probably
about
looking
this,
back like, man, I should have stayed.
and the crazy part about this is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe T. Martin beat Florida State to win that national championship.
Hmm.
I'll look that up to verify it. But yeah, national championship. He won it in '98, and it was Florida State. It was confirmed. It was Florida State.
Crazy.
So we move on. Go ahead. We move on to number
No,
7, Michael Bishop. Now, I'm gonna say this, and y'all probably gonna disagree, and that's perfectly fine. Michael Bishop was Michael Vick before Michael Vick. And the reason I'm saying this is because if
Because they
you
wear
go
number
back,
7.
no, it's not even about number 7. If you go back and look at the statistics and look at the numbers for the 2 years he was like the starter, they're Vickish. They're very Vickish. And he did it in the Big 12. Now,
is that? I was about to say, is that Washington? Like, what school?
no,
is
that's
that?
Kansas State. That's Kansas State.
Oh,
So that was right before Darren Sproles gets there. Remember, Darren Sproles was that dude at Kansas State. He ended up being that dude in the NFL for a long time. But Bishop, like legitimately, Bishop was that dude. And then he went on to the AFL. He's one of the few players in the AFL as a quarterback to rush for 1,000 yards. That's unheard of in arena football.
yeah.
That's unheard. You don't rush. You throw for 1,000 yards. You don't rush for 1,000 yards in the AFL. That's just, not only is that diabolical, you are a complete psychopath, sir. Also, gotta throw this out there because a lot of people don't know this. Jamie Foxx's cousin. So if you see Jamie in Any Given Sunday, this is probably where he got it from.
The more you know.
Exactly.
This is like a history lesson right now.
I thought you guys would know something about a couple of these guys, but man, y'all hurt my
It's
feelings, man.
I knew Cordell Stewart.
I give you Cordell Stewart. All right.
If you would let us go all time, then I think we would have had you. We would have been there with you.
I couldn't just. That's too easy, man. I couldn't give y'all that one. I couldn't give y'all that. That's way too easy, especially for you, Anthony, because you be coming up with some wild takes, and I couldn't just let you have that easy gimme.
You're not gonna let me have Vince Young and Tim Tebow. You're not gonna.
Dude,
Right.
was Tebow really a dual threat? Like,
He's the only player with 50 passing touchdowns and 50 rushing touchdowns.
I don't trust that.
Tebow was like a tight end playing quarterback, though.
He was.
Like that's really what it was.
All he did was just run over people.
Yeah, Tebow couldn't throw. Like
We
he
all
just
knew
had
that.
good weapons around him.
Exactly. So when you really look at it, it's like when you look at his highlights, you don't see a lot of throws. If we're being completely honest.
Like, I'm impressed by the wins, but I'm not really impressed by like what I see. Like, if you show me a Tim Tebow highlight tape, I can't be like, that was a great pass. Maybe like here and there, but there is nothing that would stand out to me to make me be like, this is a first round quarterback right here.
There you go.
The one thing I will give him, somehow always won. And it's 100% gotta be because of his religion. This man's faith in God is so strong that God was just like, ain't no way I'm letting this man down no matter what.
Hey man, why are you
Hey, you remember that movie? You remember that movie Angels in the Outfit?
That's pretty much how it was. Every time he dropped back to throw a pass, God was just like, I got you, my boy.
He looking at Percy Harvin. He looking at Percy Harvin. You got an angel with you right now.
You are not about to do this Jewish, Christian, Presbyterian man like that. Leave him and his religion alone.
Look, I'm just saying, like, because ain't no way. I'm telling you, there's no way you seen this man at Florida and was like, that's my quarterback right there.
But dog, you also got to look at the weapons he had. Like, he had Percy Harvin, and he had Aaron Hernandez. Now I know how it turned out, but in college, I'm just saying he had weapons.
That's not even a flex right now because you as a defender, are you really wanting to guard Aaron Hernandez, knowing what you've heard or knowing what you know? Like,
not at all.
Yeah, go ahead, dog. You can have that.
What about Percy Harvin though?
You got to catch him.
I ain't got the speed. I ain't got the speed.
I'll deal with that. I'll deal with the speed all day, but I'm not dealing with Aaron. I'm just not.
Yeah, he has some monsters in the back with him though.
Now, you two should remember this guy. If not, it's okay. But you should remember at number 6, Dante Culpepper.
Yeah.
Mike. Oh yeah, Vikings. I remember him.
Now I'm gonna say this. I do think this was a little high for him. I thought he should have been. When I first originally saw the list, I thought he should have been a little bit lower. Well, this was a little low. I thought he should have been a little bit higher. But when we come back from commercial, when we get to the top 5, you'll see why he wasn't number 5. But for right now,
his size is crazy, bro. Like what, 6'4", 260 at quarterback?
But nobody else gave him a shot besides UCF. Nobody else called him besides UCF. And that was at a time UCF was terrible.
But also back then, like, qualifications for quarterback was a lot different. Like, a lot of these people was just really ahead of their time. They were just ahead of their time.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Agreed.
Also, it may have been a stigma that if you were running quarterback that
But Dante was one of the more accurate quarterbacks at that time.
But you remember the stigma back then. If you were running quarterback, then mentally upstairs, you weren't as gifted.
Yeah.
That was the stigma back in the
That
90s.
was. You're right. You were absolutely
Which,
right.
which, especially if, like, I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm thinking. If you
Say
were,
what you got to say.
I mean,
nah,
long
man.
as you ain't, as long as I ain't got to bleep you, you good.
Yeah.
Well, man, like if you had a certain color, you already
If
had
he
a
was white.
stigma against you back then.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we all knew that. I mean, that's been the stigma in the NFL for years. Like
It, it
not
has, but
nothing new, realistically.
but
And
it
I'm not
didn't.
being funny when I say that. That's a known problem. Like there are more black quarterbacks in the NFL now than there ever was. Like we'll just go back to the Warren Moon discussion. Warren Moon had to go to Canada first to even get noticed. And then when he did get drafted in the NFL, he was 26, 27 years old. So he was one of the oldest guys on his team at that point, which isn't fair to
Right.
him. But like, if you watched his career, and I'm not saying you guys didn't, but like, if you watched his college career, then he watched his CFL career, then he watched his NFL career, the consistency was there. Like, I don't know how they missed the ball on that one, but yeah.
Do you remember when Lamar was before he got drafted? They kept asking him to run the 40 because they kept saying, "Hey, you might want to convert the wide receiver. Yeah, you might want to convert the running back." They kept trying to get him to convert to a different
And
position. He kept having to say, "I'm a quarterback."
that's something that they gotta find at some point. They're gonna have to own that. Like you can't keep and I know, I know what everybody's thinking, I know what everybody's gonna say in the comments,
Mhm.
but at some point you're gonna have to own it as a league. You gotta say, yeah, we screwed up for way too long, because realistically, if we're really thinking about this and we're looking at this with a wider lens,
Mhm.
college football has more black quarterbacks in it than it ever had within the
Okay,
last 10 years. High school is not even a question if there are black quarterbacks in
true.
high school football. And in the NFL, there are more black quarterbacks now on NFL rosters than there have ever been. So at some point, the scouts, the commissioner, the coaches, you're going to have to get out of that mentality, and you're going to have to own it and say, yeah, we screwed up, but we can change it.
I mean, the
Because
fact the NFL still needs the Rooney Rule just to interview minority candidates is an issue because
it's very much so.
they're not bringing them in to actually say, "Hey, we're going to give you the job." They're just trying to hit their quota. Then who's coming in? That's an issue. That's a huge issue. I think I saw somewhere,
And I
technically
don't disagree
speaking,
with that. I don't disagree with that.
think how many black owners there are in other sports. There's not a majority black owned NFL team that has majority ownership percentage.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
But
I
why?
think because, and this is just my thinking on this, and I'm not, again, I don't want to be that guy, but if we're going to look at this realistically, I don't think that'll be the case, because why would you open that door? If you're there, if you're on the other side of that, you've already opened up the door to where 70% of your league, 75% of your league is black or a minority. You've already opened that door up until 40% of your coaching staff has black or minorities on it. And then you've had more black quarterbacks on your rosters now than you ever had.
Yeah.
And that, so in their minds, why would you open that door? That's just my thinking. I could be wrong, but the NFL does hide these kind of issues better than they used to.
Because you notice they'll
Do they?
they'll they'll give they'll give like they'll give them like a minor ownership, like a small percentage, but you haven't seen African American be able to own the majority of a team like that. It almost happened once with the Minnesota Vikings, but they blocked it.
There you go. And I'm saying they hide it better than they used to, because let's look at how it used to be.
I just think it's one of those things that we all know. Like we all know what's going on. Obviously, they not gonna ever admit it or own up to it. But even then, it's like, okay, we all see what's going on. There's reports on it. They like, well, we're gonna do an internal investigation. Like, okay, so you investigate yourself. Obviously, you're not gonna be like, oh no, we did something wrong.
There you go.
So
there you go.
They will. And I think a bad part is I know, we're not going back. Just I know we about to go to commercial soon. But you even remember, not to bring up any hard feelings, but when the whole George Floyd situation and people were marching, you noticed that the Patrick Mahomes, Lamar's had to get together and then talk to the league about, hey, this is something we want to do before they start doing the hey, let's stop racism campaign.
There you go.
Because they made that whole video first and said, hey, listen, I'm a Super Bowl winning quarterback and I'm half black. Lamar said, I'm one of your best quarterbacks. We need you to step in here.
2020 was such a wild time, man. I got so many thoughts on it.
We all do. But when we come back from commercial, yeah, we do. But when we come back from commercial, we're going to finish out the top 5. And some of y'all might be surprised. Some of y'all might not be surprised. But either way, you're going to have a surprise in there thrown. You are watching 4th and 15 here on the 216 Sports Network.
If your tees never feel quite right, listen. This one from TGBG brand is super soft, light, and has that perfect street fit. Unisex, premium cotton blend, your new go-to. Grab one now.
If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory. Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs at any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303.
And we are back. Now, we said we were going to finish out the top 5. And of course, we lost Anthony again. There he is.
At some point. See?
Yeah. We did say we were going to finish out the top 5. So realistically, we go back and I think that this top 5, I think the order could be rearranged a little bit. You guys are probably thinking.
Can I make a guess? Can I make a guess of 2 of them that I think is there? You said 90s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess Donovan McNabb is somewhere in there. I'm also going to guess that Michael Vick is somewhere in there too.
You know what? You such a jerk. You're such a damn jerk, bro. Like, it's funny that you mentioned Donovan McNabb because Donovan McNabb is number 5.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because
I remember him with the Eagles. Like I remember using him with I know we're not gonna promote that, but you remember there was a video game that his teammates Yo was on, and I was using the Eagles all the time, bro.
Man, I mean, we know he was on Madden 05 and 06.
Do you remember the ESPN games?
Awful. So much better than Madden.
ESPN was a lot better. It gave you more. It gave you more of a better experience at that time. Yes. Yeah. But yes.
Go ahead.
Donovan McNabb, Syracuse Orange Man. Because I don't know why they just changed it to orange. Don't ask me. But yeah, Syracuse Orangeman. It's crazy because he actually replaced a former Cleveland Browns wide receiver when he got to Syracuse. And that man was Kevin Johnson. That's the crazy part about that. So, and I had to learn when I was doing research. I learned that Kevin Johnson was a quarterback before McNabb got there, and then they looked at him and McNabb and was like, "Yeah, we gonna take him. Come on, yeah, you come on with us. You
I
get
mean, that worked
the
out for
quarterback
him, I
room."
guess.
Before you go to the next one, I want to guess it too if it's cool.
I don't think you're gonna get this one.
I think I got it. Okay. Okay. So I got two people, right? So I had to remember I got one is Steve McNair, and maybe Tommy Frazier.
And I'm got this smirk on my face because you'd be wrong. At number 4, it's Charlie Ward.
Charlie
God
Ward.
dang
Okay.
it! I should have guessed that one.
Now, this is honestly, to me, this is one of the most interesting dual threat numbers because Charlie never played in the NFL. If you remember, after he won the national championship in '93, he said, "Screw y'all, I'm gonna go hoop."
Yeah.
And became a New York Knick and was balling. Like,
I mean, man, if you had the
he made
opportunity,
the
which
right
one would you
decision, though.
choose?
I'm
Did
going
he?
NBA all day.
I
Yeah.
mean,
no, I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying like if
I
you
know what you
watch,
mean, but if you had the option, what would you pick if you got drafted into both?
hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't even know he was on Florida State's basketball team until the NBA draft.
Okay.
And they started showing his Florida State highlights. And I'm like, when did he play basketball and when did I miss it? So for me, watching Charlie was Charlie slinging dots, Charlie making moves, Charlie making people slide. Boom, touchdown. And then we see this, and I see him busting 3-pointers, and I'm like, yo, all right, we just lost him. He ain't playing quarterback. He gonna shoot threes. And that's what he did for 17 years.
Charlie Ward was one of them people that was just an athlete. Like those people that's just randomly good at everything.
Yes.
He was just one of them.
Like Bo Jackson, the Deion Sanders, like they could just whenever they feel like playing, they was gonna play and they was gonna be pretty doggone good.
That's why I always say it ain't got nothing to do with sports. I always say I hate Jamie Foxx because how you good at everything? Like
music, movies, comedy. Like give me something, bro. Like, come on, man. That's fair. That's a fair one.
Oh, man.
Charlie did go on to have a great career in the NBA. I believe he's still coaching. So shout out to Charlie.
Hey, not to mention the money's better in the NFL anyway. I mean the NBA anyway.
At that time, yeah, it was.
At that, I ain't got to worry about guarantees and none of that. I get all my money. Yeah,
man. Back in my day, guaranteed money meant you had Pete Rose lay down a bet for you. Now, and I will give you this. You did say Steve McNair was on the list, and so was Tommy Frazier. However, which order do you think they're in?
You might have to take.
So I got 3 left.
You got 3 left.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's that girl to be on with her brother where you got to put on the glasses and she started guessing right?
You gotta take your hat off. You gotta take your hat off and rub your head.
You know what? Hold up.
Yeah, there you go. Rub that crystal ball.
This guy.
Who next?
I hate y'all.
Okay. So if I got to do it in order, I would probably say McNair would probably be next. Because I think Tommy is going to be closer to either probably number 1 or number 2.
Well, you'd be right on Steve McNair because Steve McNair is number 3. So for those that are watching, Steve McNair, if you don't know about him, you better ask somebody. This man.
People don't realize how good he actually was, though, bro.
And for him to almost be, he was in the Heisman race, and a lot of people felt like he should have won it, given the circumstances he played at HBCU. That spoke volumes. Like you're in the Heisman race and you're at a HBCU. They don't get no better than that, realistically. and you could
So
run.
you saying he
could.
was representing for Shador?
I would say Shador wouldn't even be a twinkle if it wasn't for him.
Oh, okay.
Let's look at the
Yes,
reality,
sir.
man. Let's look at the
Arm
reality.
strength was
Back
kind of
then,
crazy too.
yes, not only that, back then, you weren't looking at an HBCU for a quarterback.
Not even close.
Not even. You were looking for speed. You were looking for maybe something on defense. And if you're lucky, something to block. But you wasn't looking for no quarterback. You hadn't found one. Before we talked about Steve, you hadn't found one since Doug.
That's true. And the fact he's like tailored that into a successful career too.
And almost winning the Super Bowl. Almost
Hey,
winning the Heisman.
if it wasn't for that Ray Lewis defense, that man would have won the Super Bowl because he threw the pass perfectly. Like it was on target. That would have been a heck of a finish. I'm just saying. Heck of a finish.
Hey, let's call a spade a spade. He was that dude before Shador, and a lot of people forget about that part, especially in the HBCU world. So I'm gonna give this one to you just because you had it guessed as close as you possibly could. So at number 2, we got Tommy Frazier.
Yes.
Now, the reason I disagree with I'm not gonna say I disagree. The reason I don't really care for this one at number 2 is because I didn't care for Tommy Frazier.
Yeah.
I was a deep Ohio State and a deep Miami Hurricanes fan, and even to some degree, I was a Notre Dame fan back then. Tommy did nothing for me. I had Eddie George, I had Najee Davenport. I didn't need a running quarterback to watch at that time. But Nebraska was such a popular team with an option-based offense.
If I'm right, he had 2 national championships, right?
He did. But
he went to 3. But I mean, I'm just saying.
And you're right. But for me, he just didn't do it.
So it's just like a personal thing.
Pretty much.
Like,
I'm not even gonna sit here and hold you, bro. It was personal. I hated Nebraska. Hated him.
Yeah, everybody got some hater in them.
I never said I didn't. I hate the Browns. I hate the Bengals. I hate Tommy Frazier as a Nebraska Cornhusker. I don't even know what a Cornhusker is, but I know it got something to do with corn.
It sound Loki sound racist, honestly.
Why you hate Browns?
Not me.
Why you hate the Browns?
Because I hate them too, if we're being honest.
They stink.
I mean, yeah.
They stink.
Yeah.
Cut and dry. They stink.
You know, one day we're gonna give me like 5 minutes where I'm gonna just go off on the tangent and tell you why they're gonna be good. Okay.
And you did that last year, and I told you that they was gonna suck.
No, I told you they was gonna stink. I was the one to tell you.
And I'm gonna give you 1 10-second reason as to why they not. They stink.
I would like to hop in on that whenever I get the chance.
You've been here this whole time and ain't saying nothing, man. This guy.
I don't do nothing with no college. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna talk about? Nothing.
You know some of the quarterbacks. I know you do.
Probably. There's a good old maybe, but I'm gonna be honest.
This guy.
Go ahead, Carvel.
Oh, you know who is this Carvel? And when you speak, I don't know this guy. Stop calling me Carvel.
I'll send it to you.
All right. Well,
you got to send it to me too, because I want in on this one because this is hilarious.
All right. So if we're talking about the Browns, and then you said 10 seconds, I would like to countdown. Do the countdown because I want to be able to see if I can get this in within 10 seconds.
Well, it won't be today, but I'll make sure we have that 10-second.
All right. So if I'm going to say this is my hot take on the Browns. The Browns weren't that bad. We had one of the top defenses in the league when it came down to it. We had a lot of games that we had lost by a matter of a score, and our record would have been almost flipped, and we probably would have been in playoff contention if we would have got some of those games under our belts. We had a lot of injuries that had caused us to fall off a little bit more, so then we would actually have won it, especially when we called about our offensive line. When we had what's the name go down. But I believe the Browns are a lot better than we stated.
And they stink.
Hey,
you know what? You did that in 10 seconds, so I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah, I did. It was that's the truth though. They could have been a lot better. It's just that we lost those. We came off that one kick that we had with Cincinnati. We had so many of those games that were off by one score. And again, you just need a little bit more offense. We already was talking about Ben Roethlisberger and that Steelers defense. But at the same time, I really think we just needed some consistency in offense, and we would have been a way different team. We'd have been viewed a lot differently.
All right, fair enough. Only because Brian gave that, I'm gonna give him that one. But number one, because we already said Tommy Frazier, and y'all clearly I hate
It's
Tommy
Vic.
Frazier.
It's Vic, right?
Yes, man, it's Vic. It's Vic.
Okay.
We knew it was Vic.
I don't think he should be number
That
one.
helmet is crazy.
Why do you not think he should be number one? I want to hear this. I'm gonna turn my volume up. Let me turn my headphones up.
Okay, let me know when it's up.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, because you technically said this is for the 90s, right?
Yes.
So he only had 1 year in 1999. So he only had 1 year.
Are you
His
sure?
impact was actually through the early 2000s. So that's where I'm not sure about him being. I know he's on the list, but I wouldn't have him number one. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying.
I think
And
the reason he
I know you
is
checking.
probably at number one. I
I'm
think the
not
reason
checking.
he's
I
probably
wanted
at
to
number
see
one is more
something.
so impact, because Vic, like, true, like a lot of the people on this list had different levels of success in the NFL, but I feel like Vic was probably one of the first ones actually given a real chance and was looked at as a franchise quarterback, because like Steve McNair, Dante Culpepper, like, yeah, they got a shot, but I don't think the hype coming out was as high as Michael Vick.
It wasn't. And I think even though people, I think people forget how good Michael Vick was in college. Like, yeah, you bring up that 99 year, but you forget in that 99 year, he beat a damn good Miami Hurricanes team. He won the Big East. He was slated to win the Heisman. He should have won it. And he almost single-handedly won a national championship. Because do me a favor, Anthony, tell me this. Who else did he have on that team that could contribute the way he was contributing at the time? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Nobody.
There you go. So we're going to get it. Where my crickets at? There you go.
It's the same way Cam Newton was at Auburn.
There you go. You don't even remember who else was on that
But
team.
you can't.
Nah.
I mean, that's why I say I can make the argument, because if you're gonna go 1 year in the 90s, if it's 90s, then I need a bunch of 90s production. But if you could say that 1 year, I give it to you.
That 1
But
year,
I'm just saying I would make him number 3. That's all I'm saying. I'll make him 2 or 3 in front of Tommy, but next to me.
I gave him number 1 because I didn't give him number 1. I agree with the number 1 because again, when you almost beat, you coming from the Big East, so literally it was you and Miami. What at that time, when nobody else winning the Big East, it was you and Miami, and in most cases, Miami was thumping everybody. And then you do that, you sweep them. Well, not sweep them. You sweep them out the way, and then you almost by yourself beat the number 1 team in the nation in the Florida State Seminoles on the biggest stage at that point you had been on, which is the national championship. You almost beat them single-handedly.
And he was a number 1 overall pick for a reason.
There you go. And what you say about his helmet, man? Why you getting Davion? Why you getting on his helmet?
I'm just looking at all these like 90s helmets and uniforms. I'm like, yo, that looks wild. Like a lot of that stuff looks wild. That helmet don't even look real.
That's when college football was college football. There you go.
That helmet looked like something you just go buy and it's for display purposes.
Who's your top 3 of all time, though?
My top 3
of all time.
Of all time. Ooh.
And I'm giving you 3 dual threat quarterbacks all time.
All time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Vic's gonna be there. Wait. Are we asking for college or are we asking just overall?
College.
College? Okay.
Yeah, top three.
College, my top number one, I'm going with Vic, obviously,
Okay.
because just having him on the field is a game-changing moment. Because you're like, hey, man, I hope this dude don't take off and run. Please don't run.
Okay.
Damn it, he ran.
Okay.
And he ain't even run past the line of scrimmage. He only did that to scare you so he could throw it over your head. At number two, I have Cam.
Cam was a monster.
It's just the fact that Cam did so much in a short span of time with so little.
I'm pretty sure he was their leading rusher too.
It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me.
Like just without looking, I'm pretty sure he was their leading rusher. Because I can't name one other person from that team that actually went to the NFL.
And then for my third one, I am going to say for my third and final.
It's getting hard for this one. You got to think about it.
It's not that I got to think about it. I got to make sure that this is, for me, this is what I could actually get away with.
Okay.
For my third, a lot of people don't remember this dude, but given the circumstance, he did his thing, and that was James Brown. Now, before anybody yells at me about who he is, James Brown, around 95, 96, 97, was the quarterback for the Texas Longhorns. Guess who his running back was around that time? Actually, I'll say 96, 97, 98. So yes, 96, 97, 98. His running back was Ricky Williams. Imagine what you had to deal with as a quarterback, knowing you got to give him the ball, and then when it's time to throw, they know you ain't giving it to Ricky. And James, and at that time, the Big 12 was the standard. It wasn't the SEC. It was the Big 12. If y'all really go back and like look at the impact of college football around the mid to late 90s, it was the Big 12. We didn't really start seeing SEC dominance until the early 2000s. So having Ricky Williams and then having to still produce the way that he did and win the Big 12 and then try to win national championships before the BCS even kicked in, I gotta tip my hat off to him.
See, mine is similar to yours, except I got a different Longhorns quarterback. I think I know.
If you say Schlesinger or Arch, I'm a fire you.
I know where you're going. Yeah,
where you going? Vince Young.
Okay.
Because what he did to USC back then when they had Bush inliner, he lit him up.
He did. He carved them up. But I honestly gave it to James because I think James had more to go through as a player.
Who else was on that team with him? Who was on his offense for Vince Young?
I honestly don't remember.
There you go.
I know Roy Williams was on defense.
Right, but on offense,
I don't remember.
It was just Vince.
Off the top of my
head. He didn't have a Ricky Williams. It was just him.
I remember. I do think he had Benson, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he have Cedric?
We're gonna look that up.
And Davion, what's your top three?
Vic, Vince Young, probably Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Yes, they were on the same team from 03 to 04. So Benson left right around the time Vince was about to win that national title.
That game to me, that's actually what made me a college football fan. I ain't even gonna lie.
That USC Texas game.
Yeah, that's what made me.
I could see
kind of lock in and watch.
That was a great game.
God, what the heck?
It was a great game.
The Trojans was the overwhelming favorite. So
here's the thing. I don't see why they were the overwhelming favorite, because when you look at that year, they beat a bunch of cupcakes.
Reggie
Not
I
even
Bush.
think
be,
it's just
and hold up. I'm not
he
taking
said it.
away from Reggie. I'm not taking away from Reggie. I'm looking at this from the way we're supposed to look at it, which is the analytical standpoint. They beat a bunch of cupcakes that year.
You're right, but when you look at like I know we're not supposed to get caught up in highlights, but when you watch Reggie Bush's highlights,
Oh,
it just
they
leaves you
was
in awe. Like,
diabolical. He was a psychopath. He was a
like
psychopath. I
man,
know. He was a psychopath. He was the one against Fresno State. I was like, dude, you shouldn't even have used that move against them. You should have waited to like Stanford or something.
Bush was crazy. They had him and they had I think it was Lindale White too.
Man,
So they
Thunder
had
and
a
Yeah,
Lightning.
squad over there.
I'm about to
They had a
say
squad.
Thunder and Lightning.
Breaking news. As we
Oh,
end our debate, breaking news: Georgia Tech is dismissing men's basketball coach Damon Stoudemire, who went
Right?
42-55 in 3 seasons. Yikes!
I mean, if you ain't winning, it's hard to justify keeping you there. So
That is very true. I'm not arguing with that. What I'm saying is yikes, because it's the ACC, man. And in basketball, you only fear 2 real conferences. If we're being honest, you fear the ACC and you fear the Pac-12. Well, now the Big
random
Ten, because
basketball question. Miami is 31-0. Should they
how
be
does that
ranked
even
higher?
happen?
Should they be ranked higher? Because I'm like, I get they're a max school, but 31-0 is 31-0. At least like 10.
I agree. Actually, I think they should be number 1 for real, for real. How do you go 31-0 and you're coming from a below the standard of what you would call the below
Yeah.
standard conference? How do you make that happen?
And
And
you
only
don't even get an automatic bid
That's
unless you win the
When is the
tournament. Like, that's crazy.
That's
when is the
crazy.
last when is the last time we seen the Cinderella team win?
It's been a
It's
while.
been a minute. Yeah.
It's
I
been a
think
while.
that's the recency bias that they're using right now to not just lock them in. They're saying if you want to be in, you're gonna have to earn it even more. Which, just like you mentioned, if you undefeated, just give them their bid. Just it is what
Like,
it
there's
is. Even if
literally
you make them
nothing more I can do. There's literally
Like
nothing more I can do.
what else you want us to do at that point? Give a pint of blood, our firstborn, a leg, a pinky toe? What's up, man? Why we even having this conversation? And I'm
Yeah.
glad you brought that up, because that was with 3 minutes left, that was my thing. Like, come on, man. Y'all 31-0. What else do you need me to
Yeah.
do? You got me going.
Like, there's literally nothing else I can do.
Man, you got me going
I
10-0
put
just to go to the GMAC Bowl in football.
like
Come on.
and if
I
you
beat
lose, you
everybody in
are
front of
out.
me. And that's, man, come on, man. I just feel like 31-0, Miami need to be in the tournament
They
at this
basically
point. We
said
shouldn't.
they said made the odds forever be in your favor.
Nah, I ain't messing with it. They need to be in.
They do. They do.
Oh
And
man, I know.
I hope they get in. I really do, because that would be
I
an
do too.
interesting matchup for anybody to be a part of.
But if they get smacked, then they gonna be like, "I told you so."
It don't
Ain't
even
no, I
matter
told
at
you
that
so.
point.
It don't. Undefeated is undefeated.
Exactly.
I agree
At
with
least
you,
in
but I'm just
basketball.
saying.
No,
I get
in
it in
any
football
sport.
to an extent. Nah,
In any sport.
I get it to an extent.
No, in any sport. I'm sorry, Davion, because we only got some minutes. But in any sport, if you go undefeated, for those at home watching, undefeated means you ain't get smacked by nobody. Nobody.
The only reason I
You
say
went
it's
around
different
and
in
tapped
football.
everybody.
The reason I say it's different in football is because the CFP is not that many teams, but like everybody makes the NCAA tournament at this point.
Everybody.
So
All
like
900
it's
of them.
different in basketball.
I think that's what made it so impressive with Indiana, because they ran the table. Their football team ran the table, and they still had to see some big boys in the playoffs, and they was smacking each
And
and
they
every
beat
one
them
they went
too.
against.
Yeah.
Didn't they beat Ohio State? Man, they went crazy.
But you also got to remember too, how often do you even talk about Indiana?
Never.
They have never won
Until
a
the
national
past 2
championship.
years. To the
You
past
ain't
2
talked.
years, never.
You ain't talked about Indiana in a good light since Antoine Randall. Come on, man, stop playing with me.
Yeah.
Actually, Antoine Randall and Shane Wynn. Shane Wynn did everything he could And Christian Bryant, they did everything they could to help Indiana, and it didn't go nowhere at that time. But now they get the oldest team in college football, and now it's we them.
Yeah.
Hey, Mel, I know
But
we about
justice
to
for
close out
Miami
the
though.
show. I know we about to close out the show. Remember we were talking about the World Baseball Classic?
Yes, sir.
I
I've been
told you,
following.
I told you, Otani was gonna make it happen. That team is dangerous, bro. I
Dude,
told
we
you.
already knew that. That's nothing new.
But we talked about who's the most dangerous team. That's the most dangerous team, bro.
If you really want me to be honest, I don't think they're the most dangerous team. Here's why. I don't think they're the most dangerous team because you're walking into this the defending champion.
Ooh. So who
You're
you scared
walking
of?
in. That's like you beating me in Madden, and then I ask you for a rematch. You're already walking into the favorite. You're all at the favorite. So realistically, if we know Japan's the defending world champion, why are we surprised that they're smacking people so early? Because you know who's coming for them. You know it's Chinese Taipei. They already beat Korea, and now you waiting on the U.S. is waiting. The U.S. like, yeah, bro. I ain't happy with that loss, man. I'm gonna have to see you. So I'm gonna say this time, as we've already seen most of the games play out, I'm gonna say the U.S. might be the most dangerous team in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah,
This year.
this is recorded, so we can run this back.
We can run it back. I'm still going. I'm standing on that. I really feel like dude, you lose. That's like, can you imagine being on the same team with somebody in the regular MLB and then got to see them in an Olympic style setting and then homie strike me out?
Hey, you ain't gonna shut me up the whole season.
Exactly. I got to see you all. And then think about that. Think about that scenario. Shohei Ohtani versus Mike Trout. Mike Trout trying to tie the game, maybe take the lead because they had a man on base. And then Shohei Ohtani strikes him out, not looking, got him swinging, strikes him out, wins the World Baseball Classic in dramatic fashion. And then we got to go back to LA and play with each other on the same squad.
Ohtani not human, though. Ohtani not
He's
human.
not. He's not.
Nah.
He's not. He's an otherworldly monster we ain't seen yet.
I'm sorry, I would literally walk into any shop that he's in. I grab his shoulder. I'd be like, I just want to buy this for my son. I got his son. You step back.
Nah.
No. But imagine that scenario though. Imagine that. And that's why I think the US has a chip on their shoulder, because realistically, that wasn't supposed to happen in their mind.
But then you also got to think like some of his teammates are on that team too. So I mean, they could still be like,
Their opinion don't even matter at that point.
man, if I'm on your team and I strike you out, every day I'm gonna be talking about you. I'm like, hey, could you grab that for me? Come on, man, don't be like that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to shut me up.
Yeah, and that's why
I'm gonna
you
talk
got
to you every day.
And that's why coming back into this, you got to go. I got to coming like if anybody I worked with caught a touchdown pass over me, I got to see you in the parking lot, man. I got to see you in the parking lot. From here until the season's over with, I got to see you any chance I get. I got to see you at practice. I got to see you in the parking lot. I got to see you in the film room. You're going to get pencils and stuff thrown at you.
Yeah.
Because
if it's me, you're going to have to shut me up. You're going to have to shut me up.
Oh, I can shut you up. I can catch you Nancy Kerrigan style.
Dog, it's only one thing. It's only one thing that's worse than being Moss. What if your teammate dunks on you?
And I might even, at that point, ask for a trade on it. I might ask you to get traded. I might ask you to trade you.
You fighting?
Bro, I'm fighting you from. I'm fighting you from when the incident happened until I get tired. Until I feel like I've redeemed myself. You got to go.
All right.
Another short thing to say. At about 1 o'clock, the Cavs will be playing Boston, and Jason Tatum is back. and
God.
he dang near dropped a triple double recently when he was just playing. So we're going to look at seeing how we fare against them
Because that
coming up
possibly is a
Well,
today.
playoff matchup.
the Cavs
Yep.
still not at 100% though, so
Yeah, it
Jared
don't matter
Allen
though.
is out.
It don't
I'm
matter
just
No,
because
saying. I'm just
I
saying.
still think we better than them regardless. I think how our team is made up. I do think we're going to win the A's game.
When's the next crunch
That should be a
matchup?
good game.
oh, thank
14th
you.
and 15th.
Thank you for reminding
Yeah.
me of that. March 14th and 15th, the Crunch home finale while we on the show, because we still got to close it out. March 14th, March 15th, the Crunch have a doubleheader home slate. Saturday night, early Sunday. Get your tickets now. I believe
Crazy
it's
Bones going to be
Sunday.
there on the 15th.
Bruh, I lost it when they said that announcement. I'm there.
Mm-hmm. You know he did his radio show out of OMS, right?
I did not.
You didn't
So
know
y'all,
that?
no. Yeah, I've been out the loop at OMS, man. They treat me like a stepchild sometimes.
Well, yeah, he's been doing with Nova Revel OMS for a little while, and the Spread the Love Foundation is also something that we have partnership with as well. So it's been a long-standing partnership between the Cleveland Crunch and Crazy Bones organization.
Well,
So
that's what's up. That's
yeah,
what's up.
so yeah, it also made some graphics and stuff for it for when the games come in. I'll be
So
sending out. So yeah.
yeah, make sure y'all get y'all tickets though, because that's gonna be, and like I said, the Crunch have clinched their second spot in finals weekend. So it's only 4 spots. It's 2 in the north, 2 in the south, and Toronto's got the one, Crunch have the other. So playoffs on the north side is solidified. We'll see. We'll check on that for the South Division, but Crunch in the playoffs, baby. Crunch in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. They are. If nobody's been watching, start watching. They are an incredible watch, especially live. That energy is infectious. It is something worth beholding. And I think they even got a promotion going on: buy one ticket, get one free. So there is a link that's actually going around, as well as there has been some things handed out too. So they trying to get that everybody in for that fan appreciation night.
Yes, sir. So
That's all I got to say about that.
that will conclude this episode of 4th and 15. I'd like to thank you guys at home for watching. As always, I do like to thank Brian, Anthony, and myself for being on, because it's Sunday. I'm gonna be outside for a little bit. I can see the sun peeking through my window in the office, so I know we ain't got no snow on the ground. But
It's
next week,
about time.
yeah. But next week, as Anthony and Davion, I'm gonna actually oblige y'all with y'all top 10, but I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in that one too. Because y'all look too bored up here sometimes with these debates.
Nah.
But I got you. We also gonna talk about the NBA at that time, because we getting closer to playoffs. So it's time to see what everybody else be talking about. But be on the lookout for that. We will be in attendance March 14th and 15th as the Crunch take on their home slate. I believe it's Toronto and Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll look back on that and we'll have the updates for y'all. So be in tune, man. We got some stuff coming up and we're gonna have some fun doing it. So for 4th and 15, as Brian, as Anthony and Davion, I'm Mel. Peace.